guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for cooling with Jay. So yeah, before I get into the video, I just want to clarify a few things. So basically, long story short, the reason why you're seeing a video this late was because that, as y'all know in the previous video, my bike was in the shop for about 4 to 5 days, and this was the only sunny day of the week. I just so happened to call them because I hadn't received a call yet from Ducati, and I happened to call them to find out that, oh, by the way, your bike is ready, which was unfortunate because that meant that I didn't know that till later on in this day. So by the time I got down there, got a ride, picked up the bike and all of that, it was already pretty much 6 o'clock, which meant no riding through twisties, no going any cool routes, and no like sunny day, because as y'all know, it's December. We get rain pretty much all the time, 24/7. This happened to be the one sunny day of the week, and I happened to get the bike very late. So guys, that's unfortunate, so I'm sorry about the stop and go traffic, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. When this video goes live, it will be Christmas Eve, so I also again hope that everybody has a great, wonderful, safe Christmas Eve, and New Year's as well.
This might be like a 5-part series. I'm not sure how many parts I'm going to put this into, but what I want to talk about, since I have nothing but time, since unfortunately there's traffic, and like I said, I'm only, like, I didn't even know my bike was going to be ready today, so it was ready. It got 3 recalls weren't done. I'm still, a Ducati issued the oil radiator guard recall, but the parts aren't in yet, so they can't do it, obviously. So waiting for that. So in the meantime, of course, it's supposed to rain the next 6 days in a row. So this is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to squeeze in riding when I can, and of course I'm riding because I picked it up. So there you have that. So in today's video, we'll talk about one of the top 5 questions I get asked the most. Okay, so today we're going to start with number 5. So the 5th most question that I get asked is, why did I not get the S model over, why did I get the base V4 over the S? I get asked that quite often, and not the most, but I get asked that quite often. The answer to that is very simple, for me at least. For me, I didn't see the true benefit of me getting the Olin suspension electronically, of course, and the rims. For me, the Olins was a big piece. I of course wanted the rims just in general, but for me, it just wasn't that. I didn't see the importance of it, you know. So to pay the extra, in my mind, I was like, hey, what I'll do is I'd rather spend that money on mods, which I've done so far. So that's why number 5, why I didn't get the S over the base model. Number 4 question I get asked, whether it's on my channel, whether it's online, whichever, the number 4 question I've got asked since I've owned this bike is, why did I get no motorcycle riding in the first place? So it's the 4th most question I get asked. Reason for that is I've been wanting a motorcycle since forever. I've been wanting one. Why? I've always enjoyed speed, I guess. I've always enjoyed things that went fast, and bikes always seemed cool to me as a kid. They did. And when I took my test, the reason when I knew for sure I wanted to do for sure is when I took the motorcycle riding course back in Orlando, and it hit me. I was like, dude, like, this is the best feeling. It was a scary feeling, but for those couple of seconds when you get to kind of get up to like 20 miles an hour, it's just, the feeling a bike gives you, just, it can't be matched on a car, in my opinion. So that's number 4 reason of why, of the things that I get asked while owning a motorcycle. Number 3 question I get asked is, why did I go with the Competition Works exhaust over the A. Krapovich exhaust, right? And this one might be number 1 depending on how you look at it, but for me, it's number 3. Why'd I get this exhaust over that one? Well, guys, for those of you who've been watching my channel, know the reason to this know the answer to this question. for those of you who don't, let me rephrase it just for a little bit. So, Sean at Competition Works worked with me since they've never done or had a V4. Of course, it's the first year. They wanted to make a exhaust for the V4. God made it work out where they reached out to me. They were interested in using my bike, and in return, they were going to throw some free parts my way. Of course, the exhaust being one of them. So naturally, for me, I said yes, because obviously I wasn't going to spend $4, $5, $6 grand on the exhaust. So of course the main answer to the question is price. It's money. It was free. It didn't cost me anything. Two to that reason is because when I actually went up to his shop and saw the exhaust on my bike in person and listened to it and heard the sound, I was sold. For me, I was sold. There wasn't anything else to talk about after that. I was like, yep, I want it. And to me, I liked it, and it was different. It checked all my boxes. I noticed, like kind of like 650 Eve said, one of the reasons why he changed in his speciality to get the V4R is he wanted to be special, and he didn't feel he was special on YouTube because everybody named him had one. Well, that's kind of what I felt like with the exhaust. That's what I felt like with the exhaust. Was why I wanted to be different. So CompWorks checked out the boxes. It was different. No one else in the world had it. It was brand new. It sounded amazing. So, and it was free. Alright, so that's the third most question I get asked. Second most question I get asked is why, and then, again, this could be 1 and 2, so why did I get a 600, sorry, why did I get this over the BMW or any other leader bike, I guess you could say. So we'll do that question first. If I'm in the leader bike market, why this one over anything else? Well, answer that question next. So the reason why I got this guy over any other leader bike because I've truthfully wanted a Ducati since the 1199. So, side note real quick, they bled my brakes a little bit, so I'm not getting I don't feel like I'm going to get a false neutral anymore, because the shifts are so much quicker, or they feel that way at least to me, so that's a good thing. You know, why not the BMW S1000, right? Why not the Kawasaki, the ZX10, why not the Gixxer 1000, why not the Yamaha R1M, of course, because it's on my price range too, around what I'm spending. And the Honda, the Honda RR SP. So easy looks. The price part wasn't my selling factor on it. It was the looks. Because I tell people all the time, when you put your bike down on your insurance, it's asked you for work or for leisure. So to me, I wanted a bike that checked out those boxes on how it looked, because that's, you know, your main selling point is how does the bike look to you. If it doesn't look good, you're not going to feel good on it, therefore you're not going to feel it was justified. The Ducati to me looks the best out of all the sport bikes. That's just my opinion. So that's your answer. So to me, it's the coolest looking bike on the market, still is. The V4R, that's to be said, but as far as even with the S1000 brand new for 2019 coming out, I still think this is the best looking bike overall. Now power and numbers and handling and reliability can be another thing, but as far as the sheer beauty, like poster on your wall status behind your bed at 10 years old, I feel like it's a Ducati, I'd say Yamaha R1, I'd say BMW 3rd S1000, I'd say Honda 4th, I'd say Gixxer for me is the ugliest looking 1000cc bike. I'm gonna throw that out there. Sorry, Gixxer fans. To me, the bike looks hideous. I think it's the ugliest looking bike on the road. Period. That's just me. So, getting to number one. The number one question I get asked is owning this bike is, why 1,000 over a 600 for a starter bike? Why did you start off on the 1,000? Why don't you get anything else? And if you want the simple answer, it's because it's what I wanted. It's just that plain and simple. This is the bike I wanted, right? Like you'll see, you'll hear other vloggers say all the time, they don't make bikes like they used to, in a good and bad way depending on who you talk to. One of the good ways is, of course, all the rider aids they make. All the rider aids they make now make it easier for a bad rider to ride fast. And part of that is, for a bad rider, I guess you say in my case, to ride a bike that's a little more powerful. And truth be told, I haven't had a scary moment yet, thank God. But this bike hasn't scared me because I haven't pushed it past my limits. I take this slow. You know, I had a guy today on Facebook comment about my last video about the Ducati V4 versus V4S and the twisties. He felt like it was two V4s going for a cruise, in his opinion. In his opinion, he felt like my title should be different. And I see where he's coming from, but I don't agree with him. And I told him, it's your perspective, because you're a rider yourself. So for you, those speeds are slow. But for me, those are faster speeds. So for me, it felt like I was going extremely fast around curves, because for me it was. So, not to get too far into that, but it's all on perspective. And my perspective was that I was going much faster than what I usually go, especially through the twisties, for sure. Sorry guys, I wish I could change this, but it's just the way it is. But yeah, I did look at 600s, truthfully. I'll put a picture up. My favorite bike for a long time was the CBR 600 RR in this blue, white, and black colorway. To me, to this day, as far as colorways that came on a bike stock, out of every color palette every person has done so far, to me it just sung to me. And granted, I'm biased to blue, so I'll put up on the screen. I want to say the 2007 or 2008 CBR 600, and that for me was like, ooh, like I would own one now if I could. I'll say, okay, let me go back. I'll say I own one, but the idea of like riding on it, taking a picture of it real quick, just that moment of knowing like I'm on this bike would be dope. But anyway, yeah, continuing on. For me, I like 600s. They're cool. But for me, one, I've always wanted a Ducati, which automatically meant, you know, either the 959 or the 1299 back in the day, right? And then also for me, I liked a lot of the electronics, the TFT dash, the instrument cluster, the panel, you know, all that stuff, right? Because back in the day, well, obviously even now, right, the 959 doesn't have the LEDs of the 1299S and just stuff like that, right? All that kind of stuff put a factor. And I wanted more of the electronic package, you know, the wheelie control, you know, up and down, auto blipper, that kind of thing. Like, that's what I wanted. So, and it had it. So, God opened the doors, I was able to get it, and I walked through it. It's just that simple, guys. But yeah, that's probably the most question I get asked, is why 1,000 over a 600 for a starter bike? And when they see it, they always ask, is it mine? That could be a second follow-up. First question is, they ask, is this your bike? I don't know. It's because I'm black? Because I look like I'm 25 years old? I don't know how to take that question. You know, because I feel like if a black guy rolled up in a McLaren 720S, he might get the same question. Like, guys, like, I'm coming up to my bike with my helmet on and my gloves, looking at my motorcycle, not like drooling over it. I mean, I do drool with my bike, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at the bike. It's clear there's no bikes around, and I'll still get asked the question, oh, that's yours? What, my bike, is there some bike parked over somewhere in a ditch that you think is mine? And again, I'm not trying to make this a racist conversation. I'm just saying it's interesting to me that people don't associate me with this bike. And then when I tell them, there's this very confused look on their face. So just me being 30 years old, that means either one of two things. Either you're questioning my income and wondering what I do for a living, or because of the color of my skin. One of the two that I can think of, at least. But that's a close number one as well. So yeah, guys, those are the 5 most questions I've got asked while owning this Ducati V4. And like I said, guys, like, it's a cool thing and it's a bad thing, but people drool over the bike all the time. They will, 100%. Wherever you go, like at bike meets and stuff, oh, it gets attention, and I like it. I'm not going to sit up here and feel like I don't like it. It's cool, but you will get stopped a lot by men. So don't think you're going to impress the ladies, because unless she's a biker, she's not going to be impressed by it. And truth be told, Ducati people have there's a stereotype associated with them as being, you know, assholes, not very humble, that sort of thing. So you got that going for you too. And I will say, from being a owner, real quick, guys, we can end this video. I will say, being a Ducati owner, I can say that stereotype is accurate, because being on the forums with other of Ducati owners, it's so many just so full of themselves. Like I had one guy post, for example, you don't put a American exhaust on a Italian bike. So I'm like there's so many billions of ways you could take that question with that. Like, what does that even mean? So do all Japanese owners buy Japanese parts for their bike? I mean, I'm sure most companies don't make, in America, don't make much parts for it. So if you put a American sticker or a decal or a clutch cover as American, is that doing a disservice? So that's my ending question, I guess, for y'all out there who are Japanese bike owners. Do y'all look at it the same way? But yeah, so answer that question. If I had a Kawasaki and I put American, I'll get on the annuity, but if I put an American company part on the bike, am I doing it justice? But yeah, Ducati owners, most of them don't have a humble bone in their body. They don't. They have this arrogance, pride, what do you want to call it? I'm too good, I'm better than everybody. Like, dude, having this exhaust, oh, I get so much hate. So much hate. Acura, nothing. Not even Termes, Acura or nothing. I'm just like, whatever happened to, you know, being a individual, being different? But man, being different in the Ducati world, oh no. You have to wear Dainese, and you have to have Acura and Ducati performance parts. Anything outside of that, and you are frowned upon, my friend. Straight frowned upon. And it's sad. But anyway, guys, that is it for me yapping today. I hope everybody has a great holiday season. Again, I know I said this before, but I really truthfully, I can't talk tonight. I really do truthfully hope everybody has a great holiday season. Like I said, it's supposed to rain, and I'm going home for Texas for a while. So obviously my bike won't be there. So the ride is going to come down to an end for me. So there's that. So I hope you have a Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays, New Year's, all that. And yeah, guys, I will see y'all in the next video.